There is no business without teams.
I kind of just went out, to be totally honest, got absolutely shit-faced, bought a Lamborghini.
So in this week's episode of the JAAQ Journey, we are going to be talking about how do you build a world-class team. We talked about world-class investors and advisors. We've talked about world-class clients and partners. We're going to meet one of our world-class team, somebody who's been with us almost right from the beginning, Paulie. And then we are going to go into a monthly team meeting with a difference like nothing you have ever seen before. The way JAAQ does it, which is the way JAAQ does everything, is world-class and completely different. So let's get into it.
So we're big on the journey, we're starting to scale up. Communication is super important. We did all JAAQs who were super effective. We did them remote, virtually. We want to make this a real event. So this is the first one we're learning. But we want it to become a town hall-esque, a JAAQ vibe, an event that people really get inspired, motivated, informed, etc., etc. So, I'm cool. We chatted to some of the guys last night. I'm pretty excited for this one. But yeah, let's see if we can make it bigger and better next time.
Welcome to our very first in-person all JAAQ. So, without further ado, round of applause, please, for Business Leader.
So I think from my kind of personal journey from a mental health perspective, and a bit like Alex, really, my dad was like hardcore. Worked down the coal mine, became a professional footballer, but he's just a real hard ass. So it was stiff upper lip, boys don't cry, all of that kind of stuff. Mental health was not really a thing. You just got to grin and bear it and get on with it. For me, one of the main things is like ADHD, discovering it on JAAQ. Natalie Windsor, who works for Bolt Angels, she was diagnosed, and she just said to me once as well, after I'd watched the conversation, she said, if ever I've met anybody that's got ADHD, it's you. So like, right, okay, fair enough. People say it's like a bit of a relief because you kind of know what you've got and then you can dig into it in a bit more detail. But then you also feel like a massive sense of loss of like, shit, if only I'd known 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, would I have gone into a business with a sociopath if I'd have known I had ADHD? What you guys are doing is really important. It's of high value. Not only that, we all are in this because we want to help people.
So just tap into his brain because there's so much great quality in there. Mate, thank you ever so much.
There's me back in 1992. The reason I've put this up, this is from the 1992 Olympics. These are renowned as they were called the Dream Team. It's a US basketball team. They won by an average of 48 points. Smashed gold. Charles Barkley, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan. If you've never been into basketball, they are huge names. These were epic. This is the Dream Team though.
I think just a big shout out to Rich, because Rich has just come in and sorted out and started to kind of really align the JAAQ at work. There was people starting to head off in different directions, different thoughts, not with bad intention, and absolutely kind of got this team together with everyone singing from the same hymn sheet, and that has made a massive difference in a very short space of time. So, Rich. Alex, up to the stage. Let's give it back.
What an intro.
What an intro.
It didn't hit me for about 4 weeks. I kind of just went out, to be totally honest, got absolutely shit-faced, bought a Lamborghini, and a Defender, and a watch, and whatever else.
Took mates abroad.
Yeah, I took mates abroad to Marbella. I had the best weekend of my life on a yacht. You want to see some pictures, can find me later. I went freaking wild, basically, for a month. But what I hadn't realised was like, this weird impact that this experience had on was going to have on my life. And so after the first month of just having a blowout, I had this like underlying feeling for like first 3 months of just like something's like wrong with me. Like I am waking up miserable and really down and actually very confused about like, why am I here? What am I doing? Why did this happen to me? It really, really, long story short, fucked me up basically is how I would best describe it. And then about another 2 and a bit months passed and I was like, look, this is just not happening. I really don't understand what's going on. And that's where I started to think about, am I depressed? Like, to me, I was like, I'd never thought I would get depressed as an individual. It's just not, it didn't feel like it was in my nature, which is ridiculous. Life was very confusing. Had Adobe stuff going on, whatever else, investing in companies. Trying to distract myself actually largely most of the time. And I, on a flight back from Singapore, I had this like, I don't know, eureka moment. I actually sat on the plane and I wrote the notes to myself and I've still got them. I was like, I am definitely depressed and I have got to try and do something about this. And not like I was looking for a quick fix. And by this point I'd started to like take fitness and health seriously, but I was drinking too much, I was going out too much. So I started to do some stuff, but I was like, this ain't working. And so literally I flew back, I landed on a Monday morning at 7 a.m. The first thing I did was got a taxi straight to a doctor, said I think I'm depressed, got antidepressants. I gave up alcohol, I took fitness and health much more seriously, even though I was trying to learn on that process at the time, but like really was like, I'm gonna invest in my fitness and health. I'm gonna get rid of anything I'm doing work-wise that has just been a distraction for the last few months. After the antidepressants started to kick in and I did more therapy and I focused more on things and I ruled out things I didn't want to do, and this was, you know, only 5 months ago probably, I started to feel better. Depression is a chemical imbalance. It's not something you can just, you know, go and do something and wave yourself out of. And I had a couple of mates who actually work at Google Health and as a doctor, and he just really talked me through it. And yeah, I really rebuilt from there. Yeah, just try and like be in the moment without being too cringe about that. You know, just trying to, just try to live every moment as it comes and enjoy what you're doing, basically.
Love that, mate. Thank you so much for being.
Thank you.
So
Thanks so much.
So, Paul Smith, I'm the Director of Distribution at JAAQ. I guess I've been here for just over 2 years now, coming on as a consultant when there was just 4 people. So the journey of JAAQ now has been kind of quite remarkable, but I guess my journey is I've got a couple of businesses. One's a recruitment business, one's a corporate accreditation, but they're all focused around mental health, well-being, ED&I, which is very much my passion, and a lot about community building. Businesses need to understand that your first customer is your employees. I think everything starts with creating an incredible culture. There is so much skills that can be built. If the personality is right, if the drive is right, if the application is right, you've got each other's back. You know, there is no business without teams.
So hope you enjoy meeting Paul, meeting some of our world-class team and seeing how JAAQ does everything differently. But when it comes to team meetings, we turn them into events. And yeah, it's just a pleasure and honor. I'm really, really proud to be part of such a world-class team. So I really hoped you enjoyed that episode and got some value from it. Enjoyed meeting Paul, enjoyed seeing how JAAQ do events differently. If you know anyone that needs help with their mental health, please recommend them to jaaq.org. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, share, and we'll see you in the next one.